Hey everybody, Brian Zane here with Wrestling With Wregret. I'm here at Hogan's Beach Shop in Orlando, Florida. This place is great. You'll never know who you're going to run into.
That's right, baby. You never know.
Hello everyone and welcome to the start of a very special month here on Wrestling With Wregret. It's time for Animation Month. Over the last few years, WWE has partnered with various studios to create a whole bunch of straight-to-DVD animated features. Though we laugh at the idea of guys like John Cena, The Undertaker, and Seth Rollins cavorting with characters like George Jetson and Fred Flintstone, it's evident that the co-op is working out, as they can't seem to stop producing these things. So for the next 4 weeks, I'm going to review these blatantly transparent attempts to get young kids hooked on the product at an early age, beginning with Scooby-Doo, a Wrestlemania Mystery. Ruh-roh. Our story begins at night on a lonesome road.
Welcome to WWE City. It's just that good.
Ah yes, that classic Triple H catchphrase that was in no way altered or toned down to cater to a younger audience. We see The Miz going on a jog and yelling about how awesome he is while he does it. Like he does, I guess.
Who's awesome? I'm awesome. Who's awesome? I'm awesome.
If you've fallen in love with The Miz's work in the last year, prepare to have that love dashed, as he only exists in this movie to be the punching bag comic relief. And this is in a movie that also features Santino. He has an awkward run-in with Kane, then is immediately attacked by a big glowing bear thing. Wow, so either The Miz has superhuman abilities, or his knee just turned to powder. Miz falls to a certain death, yet he doesn't, then is almost certainly going to be mauled to death by the bear, but he isn't. Yep, The Miz is definitely nigh invincible in this movie. With the Ursine antagonist established, we cut to Scooby and Shaggy, who are playing a motion-detecting WWE video game, which Scooby wins handily. He then has to complete a special mini-game. You know, if WWE ever comes out with a video game that includes a motion-detecting component that requires you to dance, just shut it all down. For getting a perfect score, Scooby wins an all-expenses-paid trip to Wrestlemania in WWE City. And then we get the first of a recurring sight in this movie, Shaggy and Scooby marking out on a nuclear level to everything.
Like Wrestlemania. WWE training camp.
Scoob and Shags convince the rest of the mystery team to go with them, and the trip is on.
Here comes a flying hoonigaroon off the top rope.
A what?
Here comes a flying hoonigaroon off the top rope.
Sure, and be sure to watch out for the Shonaming Wizardi or the Fleening Bodio Sploosh. Fred swerves the van to avoid a raccoon who wouldn't have been hit anyway and lands the van in a ditch. And who makes the save but John Cena? Oh yeah, and the head trainer and his nephew.
This ain't safe, champ. We gotta keep moving.
Calm down, Cookie.
Now let's meet the guy who has the real worst name in this movie.
Cool down a bit, Bayard. The dog and the long-haired fella didn't mean to trespass.
Bayard? Bayard? What on earth is a Bayard?
Allow me to explain. The name Bayard is of Teutonic origin, meaning red-brown hair. An average of 2 babies per million are given that name each year. Its popularity peaked in the year 1900 at a whopping 47 babies per million, and now you know.
Thanks, guy. Anyway, Bayard lives in the woods outside WWE City and hates the company for taking up more of his land. That's definitely not a metaphor.
There's a storm a-comin', and we're gonna watch it blow you all out of here.
That threat is so obvious you would almost think he was the one behind the bear attacks, but spoiler alert, he's not. We get our only real, very narrow glimpse of WWE City, which looks precisely how you would expect. A cheesy tourist trap of a destination where every food item has a wrestling pun ripped straight out of the menu from WWF New York, and I'll bet it's just as overpriced. Plus, how ludicrous is the concept of WWE City? First a restaurant, then a casino, then a network, then a camp, and now City. Truly, Vince McMahon's conceit knows no bounds. You're going to tell me that in this world, WWE is doing so well for itself, it's able to purchase hundreds of acres of land, establish a town charter, set up law enforcement and firefighters and stuff, not to mention all those other businesses, all for the sake and the purpose of promoting WWE? If this town really existed, I would be terrified to live there.
Mom, I have to tell you, living here in WWE City it's kind of awful. I mean, the layout of the streets makes no sense. There's all this start and stop traffic everywhere. We're not allowed to swear in our own homes. And the local government is putting the oldest, least qualified guys in charge of everything. I'd move out, but then I'd have nowhere else to go. The only thing keeping me here, though, is that my rent's only $9.99 a month. Yeah, I know.
At the heart of the city is a giant arena where WWE holds all of their events now. Good way to keep costs down, I guess, and hey, at least the set looks a little different.
An avalanche! Attitude adjustment! Cena for the win!
Amazing, dude!
Finally, grown men who will openly cheer John Cena. Vince McMahon himself arrives to talk about the championship situation. Okay, I think you're laying the reference on a little thick here. This is the same belt that Vince McMahon held.
Ever since Kane's WWE Championship match was overturned, this championship belt has been held vacant.
Whoa, wait a minute. You're telling me that in this world, Kane had one more WWE Championship run and we missed it? Because she's the geek of the group, Velma spends a lot of time sharing some trivia about wrestling and its ties to ancient times.
Did you know that a golden ceremonial prize was customary at ancient games for thousands of years?
No, Velma, thank you.
Get that history shit out of here, Velma. This is America! We find out where the old SmackDown set ended up as the gang is given a tour of the Rock Yard, the cartoon equivalent of the Performance Center, complete with barracks for everyone. We also see Santina Marella, AJ Lee, and Brodus Clay, who's eating a sandwich on the apron, cause get it, he's fat! We learn that Cookie used to be a wrestler before an injury relegated him to become a trainer. His nephew, Ruben, just now realized that both those guys have food names for some reason. I hope Brodus Clay didn't try to eat them. Wants to become a wrestler himself, but Cookie's been trying to talk him out of it for practical purposes. Betcha that won't factor into the film's conclusion.
Velma, has it ever occurred to you that maybe WWE isn't something you can scientifically explain?
Nope, not going there. That night, Scooby has a bizarre dream where he wrestles giant food people, then wakes up to discover he's actually on top of the big-ass bear, who we find out has been cleverly named Ghost Bear. After a skirmish that ends with him running away, the gang learns that GB has been terrorizing the city for some time now, leaving the scene as quickly as he arrives. As they begin to learn more, in walks Mr. McMahon.
I can't believe I'm actually face to face with Vinnie Mac!
The boss!
The higher power!
Actually, Shaggy, it's Howard Power. McMahon enlists the team to solve the mystery of the Ghost Bear, which I find ironic since Vince himself is a literal Scooby-Doo villain.
Mr. McMahon, you're the higher power? You created a shadow organization within your own company that took part in human sacrifice, crucifixion, bloodbaths, kidnapping, a hanging, and a black wedding, all just to get to Stone Cold Steve Austin?
I would have got away with it too if it weren't for you meddling kids, pal.
The gang learned more about the legend of the Ghost Bear with the help of John Cena and Sin Cara, who's actually mute in this movie, which I guess beats the alternative.
Josh, I am an intense competitor.
Wait a minute.
In Mexico.
The next night, Scooby goes to sleep but falls under a mysterious trance like the night before. The next morning, the WWE title goes missing and Scooby is pinned as the thief. Look at those evil sweet dance moves, such a crook.
Don't let him take me, Raggy. No!
They'll make me watch See No Evil on loop. Velma and the gang refuse to believe that Scooby took the belt in his own accord, however, and shows McMahon and fellow executive Ms. Richards that there may have been something else at play.
Scooby was programmed with a post-hypnotic suggestion to steal the championship belt.
Oh well, that certainly clears things up. Thanks! Another reason for parents to hate video games. Shaggy is accused of being an accomplice in the belt theft, but the two are given a chance to earn their freedom by fighting in a match at WrestleMania the very next night against... Look at these damn part-timers taking up spots at WrestleMania. Time now for the internet's favorite scene as waifu AJ Lee spends the next several minutes trying to whip our heroes into shape for the big match.
Let's light it up. Let's light it up like the night, like the diamonds that still shine in your eyes. Light it up, light it up, light it up. Let's light it up. Like shooting stars, burning light up.
They're pretty much the same thing. While that's going on, we learn more about Ruben's aspirations of becoming a WWE superstar.
I've even come up with my own name, the Bone Bender. I got an outfit I made out of spandex and bones. Real bones I ordered off the internet.
Holy shit. This guy might not be the one behind the Ghost Bear, but he is definitely a serial killer in training. The gang goes into the woods to look for the Ghost Bear's cave when Creepy McWeird name sets off a trap of boulders. This unleashes the giant boulder from Raiders of the Lost Ark, which just happens to be able to control where it's going.
He texted me.
Naturally.
Did you see that look? Daphne's definitely sending him nudes. When the team enters the bear cave, they discover a room full of potential evidence, like books about hypnotism, and blueprints for an electromagnetic pulse device that could knock out power to the city.
This calendar has the date for WrestleMania circled in red. R.I.P. WWE.
R.I.P.? Oh my god, No Holds Barred 2 confirmed!
I can no longer bear the suspense!
The Ghost Bear comes in with a sneak attack, knocking John Cena unconscious. After some classic chase hijinks ensue, a canister explodes and causes the cave to flood. Cena and the rest of the team manage to escape the bear and the cave itself, but not before the evidence is destroyed. With Wrestlemania at risk, the people of WWE City weigh the pros and cons of canceling.
We'll have to cancel the show.
We can't cancel WrestleMania. That's like canceling Christmas.
Yeah, tell us how highly you think of yourselves, WWE. The company decides the show will go on, threats be damned. The mystery team has a plan to lure the Ghost Bear into the open with the help of some WWE superstars. But should they be getting ready for their matches at this point? Shaggy and Scooby are sent out to jerk the curtain for WrestleMania as Skinny Man and Dead Meat, the latter of which I'm actually kind of surprised hasn't been used in real life yet, and they face the Big Red Machine in a last man standing match. Is there no one in the audience or anyone watching at home questioning why this match is happening at all? No backstory, no explanation as to why Kane is fighting a stoner and a dog at WrestleMania? This kind of thing would break the internet.
Somebody get me another desk out here, please.
Yes, shoehorning the Nelson laugh here really ties the scene together. With the help of Cena and Sin Cara, Velma realizes the title belt, which is on display at ringside for some reason, is hiding the EMP. Okay, seriously, is no one in the arena questioning why these two wrestlers, one of whom is the company's biggest star, are just hanging out at ringside while this completely different match is going on? In a rare moment of John Cena looking derpy, his plan to jettison the rigged belt out of the arena backfires, and the EMP goes off directly on top of the arena's generator anyway. It's not like this fantasy could get even more ridiculous. As the gang gets some emergency lighting on, Scooby begins to outsmart Kane by imagining he's playing the video game that brought him to WWE City in the first place.
I can do this. I can do this.
This really should be TJ Perkins' gimmick. Ghost Bear arrives on the scene, but instead of just shooting him or something, they trap him under the arena with some blast doors, no doubt originally installed to keep out Scott Steiner. It's then he's confronted by...
Prepare to face the wrath of the Bone Bender!
Well, that guy's not getting called up if he doesn't work on his core. The Bone Bender and the Bear fight their way to ringside. They both set off a giant spring trap on the ramp, which, why was that built? And the Bear flattens Kane. Sin Cara and John Cena join the fray as a steel cage lowers and everyone tries to beat up the Bear. This is a hell of an opener for Mania. Scooby does a flying Huni Karoon from the top rope and apparently weighs at least 400 pounds as he lands on the Ghost Bear and the entire ring collapses. Hooray! WrestleMania is over after a single unadvertised match.
This is
What a mark.
It's finally time for the big reveal. Who is the person behind this fiendish plot?
Cookie? Cookie? Cookie?
So did the writers not anticipate that everyone shouting "Cookie" in shock would be hilarious? It turns out that Cookie devised the whole Ghost Bear thing out of revenge, as an injury forced him to retire from active competition and made him grow resentful of WWE. Not everyone uses resentment as motivation to build a fucking mech suit, but you know, different strokes. But how did he hypnotize Scooby into stealing the title belt?
Cookie then used flashing lights to activate Scooby's post-hypnotic programming.
You know, the four hot chicks watching WrestleMania together, still less plausible than this. Also, are the fans in the arena hearing any of this?
Sorry, Cookie, but the championship belt isn't for cheaters, it's for champions.
Yeah, dude, I mean, it's kind of implied in the name. So Vince decides to award the vacated WWE Championship to Scooby and Shaggy because screw the fans, fade to black. And that was Scooby-Doo Wrestlemania Mystery. It's gonna be a long month, isn't it? I mean, I know. It's a cartoon, it's for kids, just harmless fun and isn't meant to be an accurate representation of WWE. But I mean, a city dedicated entirely to the company, Vince portrayed as a level-headed boss, the entire crowd cheering for John Cena, Sin Cara not botching a thing, this is a fantasy. On a side note, for reasons I'll never understand, this movie is altered for television. The movie is renamed Scooby-Doo, a WWE Mystery, and every reference to WrestleMania is changed to Superstar Mania. I'm guessing it's to try and remove the concept of wrestling from the story, but sorry, that's kinda hard to avoid here. This movie is silly, but this is the template that the Scooby-Doo franchise has prided itself on for years at this point. We just happen to notice how absurd it really is when it's paired up with a real entity like WWE. So I guess that means I better prepare myself for a lot of this for the month of April. Be sure to thumbs up this video if you like it, comment below, subscribe to Wrestling With Regret, and buy the t-shirts at ProWrestlingTees.com. I'm Brian Zane, and I'll see you next time.
Scooby-Doo, where are you? We got some